What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for Call of the Wild. I am very late to the party on this one. I saw this movie, I think I saw it on Sunday night. It's already Thursday. I didn't have the chance to review it, and finally I'm like, you know what, I got some time. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk about this damn movie because I actually did like it. I thought it was good. And if it's still in theaters near you, before I even give my opinion on the film, my in-depth opinion, I recommend you go see it because it is a fun, little, heartwarming kind of time. You know, it's a good movie. Now let me get into my in-depth thoughts about it. It stars Harrison Ford. He plays sort of this guy who's escaping his life. There's some dramatic things that happened in his past, and he's sort of running away from it. And he's off on these adventures, and he's going from place to place, and he meets this dog named Buck, who also is sort of taken away from his normal everyday life. To where he sort of is like the horse in War Horse. He experiences a lot of different things. He goes through a lot of different owners, different people. I wasn't sure how to feel about this movie. The trailers I thought were good and definitely intriguing. But I just wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it because, you know, my main concern going into it is, you know, the dog is completely CG. So, I mean, how invested could I really get? But I think it's a testament to the animators here. I think that they really did a good job kind of bringing this dog to life. I mean, Buck does feel like a character. He doesn't just feel like an artificial fake thing running around. He actually does feel like he's got a heart and soul. And I really enjoyed that about the movie. I do think overall the animation in this is good. You know, the CG, the visual effects, I think they work most of the time. Now, sure, there are certain scenes and sequences and small just little bits and shots that maybe have more noticeable CGI, but overall, it looks really good. And not just on the dog, but everything else and some of the more intense action-y sequences that happen throughout this movie. I did think it looked pretty good overall. And the cinematography, I was kind of a big fan of how the movie looked and how it felt as well. The tone, you know, it does take a little while to actually get going, but when it actually finally does, I was kind of really into it because I was invested into this dog, strangely enough. And Harrison Ford's character, you know, when he does come into it, you do understand what he's going through, and you do care about him as well. And he's actually giving a great performance in this movie. Harrison Ford is fantastic in this film. He's fantastic. This is the best I've seen him in a very long time. And if I watch this movie again, which I might, it's mainly due to Harrison Ford and his great performance, and the dog himself, Buck, and the sort of relationship that Buck has with Harrison Ford in this movie. Dan Stevens also has a small role in this film, which I felt like was kind of really over the top and just cliched, and it didn't work for me necessarily. I feel like you could have taken out Dan Stevens' character completely and replaced that character with the bear. There's a bear in the film that Buck comes in contact with. And I think, without spoiling things, if the bear took the place of Dan Stevens' character, especially towards the end of the film, the climax of the movie, I think it would have been a little more compelling. Overall, I think this is a pretty good movie. It's not bad. It's entertaining. Sure, it does feel like it's a little long at points, but overall, I had a good time watching it, and I was thoroughly entertained from beginning to end, surprisingly enough. So I'm going to give the Call of the Wild 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy this one, and I do recommend it. I think you'll have a good time. And guys, don't forget to comment on this video. Did you see the Call of the Wild? What are your thoughts about it if you did see it? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Yesterday we had an all-new Quickie Wednesday Live, which I talked about. I talked about James Bond, No Time to Die, getting pushed to November. I talked about the new Batmobile look and design a little bit, and I gave some digital copy codes away. Also talking about some new 4Ks and Blu-rays that I got. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. Also, yeah, guys, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video, and you can also follow me on Instagram at KingdomRises131. Guys, that's been it, and thank you very much for watching my review for Call of the Wild. And until next time, over and out.